Now pay attention, Mumble. This is a very clever and very expensive piece of equipment. The QL2000 Small Group Simulator. You're here for your training. We need to see how you get on in a typical small group scenario before we unleash you on an alpha course.
What does this button here do?
Don't touch that. In fact, don't touch anything. Just sit there.
Right.
Now.
Whoa.
This is your alpha training manual. Use it if you get in trouble.
Great.
And, just put these on, will you?
Oh, cool! Oh, wow, look! There's an alpha small group sitting right there. I can just reach out and touch them. Hello.
Do pay attention, Mumble. Now, listen. You have 3 lives. Every time you get something horribly wrong, you lose a life. Right. But the good news is you can win it back by saying something useful. Do you think you can manage that?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Just one more thing. Here.
Wow. Is that one of those brand new super powerful mini computers that can retask a military satellite in 3 seconds?
No, it's an extra strong mint. Your breath stinks. Now, good luck.
Please state name.
The name's Mumble. Dickie Mumble.
Welcome to your Alpha Small Group. Group activation will commence in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so here we all are then. Everybody happy? Sorry it's a bit cold in here. At least we've got the love of Jesus to keep us warm. Right, okay, what did anyone think of the talk? Who is Jesus? Jesus? Who's going to be the brave person that gets us started then, eh? Well, Dave, you're very quiet. How about you? Oh, yes, Paul.
Well, I personally find it really exciting to think that not only has Jesus walked on the earth, but he's coming back again. Oh, yes. I was watching the Super Spirit channel on cable just yesterday, and this man called Brian said that Jesus was coming back again soon, maybe even as soon as next Thursday.
Thanks, Paul. That's a very powerful thought. But what does anyone else feel about the resurrection? What does anybody think about the idea that Jesus died and rose again and he's with us today? Yes, Melissa.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, I know I've done it.
Pardon, Melissa?
Died and come back. Yeah, I was a Spanish noblewoman before being me today. And I was Marie Curie before that. Then there was a spell as a Belgian doctor's wife. And before that, I was a dolphin.
Yeah. Yeah. How interesting.
You think so? I could tell you so many stories. You should see my crystal collection. I've got one for every incarnation. The one from being Joan of Arc. Oh, that's particularly lovely.
What a load of old tripe.
Nigel?
No, come on. That's a load of rubbish. Who would ever believe that?
Well, whatever you believe, Nigel. Melissa is perfectly entitled to her own opinion.
Believe me? I don't believe anything I can't see.
Oh, really, Nigel? What about electricity? What about oxygen? What about the fact that the sun still exists even though it's dark outside? Do you see what I mean, Nigel, do you?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm not a Christian or anything. But I think you'd be mad to just dismiss the whole thing just because you haven't experienced it for yourself. That's actually making a huge statement of faith in itself. I think it's better to stay open-minded and to ask the right questions.
Like what, Jane?
Well, like, why, if he is all-loving, would God create us with the propensity for evil?
Well, we've got Joan of Arc right here. Why don't we ask her? God ever tell you why he made us all so nasty?
We were discussing this very point in our Bible study just last week. What I found very helpful was to take it right back to the beginning of Genesis. John says that in the beginning was the Word. And as we look at the original Greek, we find that the two words for word, logos, what God has said, and rhema, what God is saying, is it's very helpful.
Thanks again, Paul. Still, we're nearly out of time this evening, but Jane's question was a really good one. How can God allow suffering? Over the next week, you might want to look at some books on the subject. There's a very good chapter in the book, Searching Issues. So it's 9:45 and we need to finish always on time. At least that's what the vicar tells us in team training. So let's end with a prayer. Pray. Yes. Anybody want to pray? Dave, you've been very quiet. Cat got your tongue, mate.